What is up, everyone? My name is Chris and Fanzon. You are listening to the Hidden Doors podcast. Upcoming is the book review for the book Naked Statistics, Stripping the Dread from the Data by Charles Wheelan. And that's what we have upcoming. So if you like what you hear, give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. Hit that notification bell so you can stay up to date on more videos, book reviews, podcasts coming down like this. I hope you enjoy. Okay, so we have a book review for the book Naked Statistics, Stripping the Dread from the Data by Charles Wheelan. Charles is a senior lecturer. He's the author of the Senior Lecturer and Policy Fellow at the Rockefeller Center in Dartmouth College. He joined Dartmouth faculty full-time in June 2012. He's been selected as one of Dartmouth's 10 best professors by 3 different graduating classes. He teaches courses on education policy, healthcare, tax policy, income inequality, and related topics. And his biography goes on longer. So he's the author. This book was published in 2013, in January of 2013. It's 300 pages. The price for a Kindle is $10.35. Why the 35 cents? I don't understand that. And the paperback for $11.67. 67 cents. What the hell is that all about? Okay. And Amazon stars, so the average rating is a 4.6 out of 5. So a very good, high quality book based on Amazon rankings. I also think it was a very good reading as well. So you might be saying to yourself, why in the hell do I need to read a statistics book? Right? There's either two types of people out there. One, you already know this stuff and you're a genius with math and statistics, and maybe this book is not for you. And so you don't need to read this. But then there's people who hate math and statistics, didn't pay attention in school, didn't need to, didn't want to, never did. And they might be saying, I don't need this book because I never want to know this stuff. But here's the thing. In this day and age, data is overly abundant, and that means we need people who are able to interpret that data. And I think every industry, every job, everything is going to benefit from being able to understand data better. And so I don't care what you do, whether you own a company or whether you're in a job for making the business or the company better that you own, or for moving up in your organization or company and rising the ranks. One of the skill sets that are going to help you do that is understanding data. There's a lot of data. How do you interpret it? If you interpret it right, you make better decisions. If you interpret it wrong, you make bad decisions. Bad decisions, you won't get promoted and you won't get rise to ranks, and your business won't improve. So in my head, statistics, understanding general concepts of statistics is so damn important. And mainly I would gear this book towards people who already don't know statistics that well. People who are, pro at this stuff, this is probably not the right book for you. People who aren't, I think that you need to step your game up and read a little bit about statistics. And this is the best first book to do this, because this book it talks about the basic concepts for beginners. You don't have to have a strong background in math or statistics to understand this stuff. And it's encouraged, like I said, it's actually encouraged for people with little background in math or statistics to read this book, because it's basic, it's in plain language, and it's easy to understand. The background for Mr. Charles Wheelan is that he was not a fan of calculus when he was in school. He was a fan of statistics, but not calculus. And he found statistics more realistic, more applicable to what he did, and more practical. He's a very practical person. And so this book, he walks through common statistical concepts using basic language. Don't worry about all the formulas and all the things that is gonna make you just tune out. This is a book with very little formulas. Um, and so and when formulas do exist, they're not really the main point. There are a couple formulas, but they're really there for a reference. I didn't even really go through the formulas. They were small on my Kindle, and I didn't really have an interest in learning formulas at this point. I was more I was more interested in learning the concepts behind them, and that's why I really like this. So it's instead of just being brain dead and memorizing formulas, the whole point of this book was he wanted you to understand the benefits and real life applications for these formulas. So he gives you the context into why this formula would be used and how you can use it. Some uh, examples he uses are just obvious. They're not. They are. They're just more humorous than anything. He's trying to add some humor to the book. So they're not. Some examples are not, really realistic. Some are just there for humor. And he talks about the pitfalls too, because data is a funny thing. Everyone, there's two things. Someone can horribly and purposely make data look the way they're trying to make it look. So data could be easily misguided on purpose to try to tell your narrative of the story. Or the other side of it is if you don't really understand the formulas to do all these statistical work like regression analysis and things like that, you could use it wrong and you might tell the wrong story. He talks about, how politicians may take the same set of data and use a different type of number to make their narrative sound better. And these are things to watch out for. I got to watch out for these people manipulating the narrative with this data. So he talks about the applications, the pitfalls, and he adds humorous stories, and he weaves that into the book, which I think is funny because it's a statistics book. Anyone who was in class, you didn't probably enjoy it that much. It was boring, formulas over formulas over formulas over formulas. That's not the theme of this book. So he adds humor. He talks about more general concepts. Makes you think. He makes you think about the formulas, not just about only the formulas. And then in the end, because this is the theme, he wants you to understand the general concepts and how they affect real life. And in the end of the book, he talks about how statistics. How many times do you think I said statistics in this damn podcast already? He talks about how statistics can help answer social problems. So this is him. This is him trying to figure out, how data can help the real world. A few of those problems are the future of football, people hitting their heads together and causing, brain problems down the road. Autism. How do we rank schools and teachers? How do we think about global poverty and data privacy? There's a lot of data, but they're all taking that data from us without really knowing it. Over the past couple of years, that's changed a little bit with some of the regulations and browser updates that's been happening. But those are the, some of the questions and real life applications that he sort of talks about. He doesn't give complete answers. He just sort of more has it as an open question of, hey, statistics may do this and this and this for these general subjects. So that is the book in 7 to 8 minutes here. Don't think of this as only formulas and shy away from it. It is basic concepts in plain language that you'll be able to understand even if you didn't ever know what statistics was. And in any job, profession, thing that you do when it comes to making a damn living, understanding general concepts of how these statistical methods, concepts work is going to help you. You cannot get demoted from, or your business cannot do worse from understanding how to put data together and understand it. Okay, so it can only help you. So I highly recommend getting this book. I'd recommend reading more books like this, but this is a really good first step because it doesn't really get into the weeds of everything. You'll have very basic knowledge from this. You won't be able to come out and do a ton of regression modeling and all this different stuff. But it's a 101, statistics 101. I would say it's a nice thing to read. So go get a copy of this book. I'll put a link in the description, and you let me know what your feedback is for this podcast, for this book review, for anything, for my damn hat, from the sign back there. Let me know your feedback, and I appreciate you listening. Give me a thumbs up if you like what you heard. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. Hit that damn notification bell so you can stay up to date on more videos, podcasts coming down like this. I will see you next time. Take care. Have the rest of your day.